Wakey.
Welcome back to I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where I, Phil, get to talk about Korean men with my friend Tom. Tom, how's your Korean men?
Oh, they're hot.
They're hot.
Yeah.
As they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know if I told you this story way back. I don't even remember when it was like a few months back.
Oh, okay.
But somebody at the guild was like asking. The podcast got brought up somehow, and he was like, "Oh, what's your podcast about?" And I was like, "Hot Korean men." And and then he's like, "Oh, interesting." And then I started talking a little bit about it. He's like, "No, but for real, like, what is your podcast about?" And I'm like, "For real, it's about hot Korean men."
It's about hot Korean men. Yeah, there's no beating around the bush there. Like that is what we talk about.
That's what it is. It is about hot Korean men.
They're hot, they're Korean, and they're men.
That's right.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah, I look. Can I tell you? I don't want to share Jeanette feels a particularly large amount of shame for the events of yesterday. I don't think she should. No, you can tell it. But it was okay. She's behind me, and she was like, "You could tell it. You could tell that story." Okay, so. So Saturday, right? It was yesterday. We're recording on a weird day because I was just like, "Fuck it, I want to play Monster Hunter instead of recording." Meh. Yeah. That's exactly what it sounded like when I said it. Anyway, so Saturday we had a bunch of plans, right? We were going to go to Jeanette's parents are in an Okinawan drumming group because her mom's from Okinawa. Jeanette was born in Okinawa, and so they keep the tradition alive here. And there's a bunch of Okinawans in Austin, and so they perform a lot. And so they always have a like New Year's celebration, like Lunar New Year celebration, that kind of closes out their like year of performances. And that was yesterday. And so we were like, okay, we're gonna definitely do that. And one of our friends, who we hang out with like every week, we have like a standing play date with our kids on Thursdays. Like they get together, they have a good time. Jeanette usually cooks dinner for everyone. It's wonderful. Like we have a good time. But it was their son's birthday, and last year we missed the Okinawan New Year celebration. Because we went to the birthday. We had planned for the birthday and didn't find out the date of the New Year's celebration until like way after. And so we said, sorry, we already said we would go to this. We can't go to that. And then the year before that, we were all sick, and so we couldn't go. So this year, Jeanette was like, we're definitely going to go. And then happenstance, it was scheduled for the same day as the birthday, and Jeanette said, we've missed it for 2 years. I don't want to like miss it again. I'm really sorry, but like we'll make sure we'll get your son a present. Like our kids are still like happy to celebrate him and everything. It's just we just can't fit it in. We'd like to, but we can't. So Jeanette goes, okay, so that we've dealt with that conflict. We'll take that out of our brain. We'll throw it away. And she, Jeanette's very good friends with the mom of these kids. They chat all the time. And so the plans, all these talkings were happening between them. I wasn't involved. So I don't know any of the plans. I don't know when the birthday is supposed to happen. None of that. Right. This is going to come into play later. So Michelle, this last week, she was sick like 3 weeks ago, and I had to take time off of work. Jeanette took a day off like to try and like be there at home because she was sick. And then she got better. She didn't have a fever or anything, but she still had a cough for like 3 weeks, which is a long time. So we scheduled her to have a doctor's visit on last Monday after school, because we just thought, we'll just check in. She had walking pneumonia in the fall, so like I don't want to mess around, right?
Yeah.
So we had that scheduled. She got off of school Monday. I went and picked her up, and she's like, I don't feel good. I have a headache. It's not good. And so she like leans forward. I touch her forehead, feels warm. I'm like, great, here we are. She had a fever. She had to miss. They're doing a fundraiser at the school, and one of the things that they did was they had like a special day out of the school where they could bring a stuffed animal to school with them and show it to their friends and have a special like stuffed animal party or whatever. And she missed it, and she was devastated that she couldn't go. And like Jeanette was like, could you she's sad that she like missed it. Like, can she like bring it on the next day when she comes back? Would that be okay? And the teacher was like, sorry, they're really distracting. We can't, like, we can make an exception because the principal said so. But other than that, like, we really shouldn't. And I was like, and she's like normally very good about, she's like me. She gives Michelle whatever she wants. Like, oh, like Michelle's going to come to school with breakfast and want to eat it at the beginning of the day. Sure. She can just eat in my class. That's fine. Like, she just lets her do whatever because Michelle's like a little teacher's pet. Right. But you know, so I felt like, okay, if she's going to say no, like she means it, that like, this is not like a situation where there's any leeway from the administration. So it's fine. All right, whatever. But Michelle was really upset about it. And then she still had a fever. Like, so we started giving her antibiotics because they said, oh, well, you know, she could have, it sounds like she might have bronchitis. She doesn't have pneumonia, so that's good. But let's get her on antibiotics. We got her on the antibiotics, 2 days on antibiotics. She stayed home the next day because she had a fever. 2 days on antibiotics, woke up the next morning, still had a fever. So I'm like, fuck, like, that's not good. She had to stay home again, but we still had to give her the medicine. She was missing it. And then like Thursday, she had they had like a special event at their school where they like ran laps and had like bubbles shooting at them. Or for Logan's class, they were throwing colored chalk at them and getting them all, you know, it was a color run. It was super fun. I got a ton of pictures. It's awesome. And Michelle like toughed it out and was like, I'm definitely going to go. We took her temperature. She didn't have like a fever, but it was tenuous, right? She got done with the color run or her bubble run. When she was like almost done with the bubble run, her like stomach was upset and she was like, we should go home. And we were like, okay, we'll go back to your class. We'll go and we'll check you out early. 'Cause a lot of parents do that on these special event days. We were one of them. So she wasn't feeling well and so she couldn't go. Logan came home with an invitation to a birthday for one of her classmates, because that classmate is the daughter of Logan's teacher. So hopefully that's clear. Logan's teacher's daughter was having a birthday on Saturday, same day, right, as the New Year celebration. So we go and we look at the location. I check it in maps and I go, oh, that's interesting. Like, that's where our friends are having their birthday party also. It's the same place. And so I thought, oh, well, like maybe they have it like earlier in the day and they have it later in the day, something, right? Like that. Okay. So we go, okay, you know, this is fine. And we kind of go, it would make us like a little late to the Okinawan thing, but you know, Michelle just had a miserable time of it. And I kind of felt like it would be nice for her if we could like just fit in, like, okay, we'll just make an appearance at a birthday party, give her friend a present. It's like one of her really close friends in class. Mm-hmm. And you know, the teacher was like, oh, be sure to bring Logan too. He could totally come. And so we were like, okay, all right, like we'll fit it in. We'll just be like a little late, you know, we'll just be a little late to the performance. So we go and we went shopping. We bought presents for both the kids, for the kid that we were going to, like, you know, still meet up with him and still give him a birthday present, and this little girl that's Michelle's friend. And so the day of comes, we get the kids ready. We're all ready to go. We're like, okay, we're going to leave the house. We're going to be gone for a while, but we're good. We go to the place. And as I'm walking up, I see people that I know from work, like people I know. And I'm like, that's weird. What's going on? And so we walk into the place. It's like a little clubhouse at a park, right? And it's our friend's birthday party, like for their kid. And we didn't know that times were at the same time, right? Because I didn't know what the schedule was for their birthday. And Jeanette was just like, well, we're not going, so that's forgotten from my memory. Right. So we walk in. And like all these people we know are there, and it's the wrong birthday party. And we've now shown up for a birthday party that we said we will not be at.
Oh my God.
And then Jeanette has to tell the host of the party, oh yeah, actually, we weren't coming to this birthday party. We were going to a different one. You know how we said that we weren't coming to this one? Well, we made time for a different one, but not yours. Yeah. So, yeah, no, Jeanette was so like miserable about it, and like we just let the kids like so I said, well, I don't know, like, are they nearby? Like, this is where it says it's located, and we weren't the only ones. And the thing is, here's what makes things worse, right? The kid whose birthday, our friend whose kid's birthday it was, his little brother is also in Michelle's class. So we weren't the only ones to show up to the wrong place, walk in and go, oh, is this the right place? Oh, that kid is in their class, so it must be the right place. And think that we were just at the right party, right?
Yeah.
But luckily we knew all the people there. And so I felt like, okay, and so like they were trying to figure it out because we didn't know where to go from there if we were going to go to this other birthday party. And I'm going, I like turned to Jeanette. I'm like, should I run back to the house and get Bobby's, because we bought him a gift. Like, should I just go and get his gift and bring it back here? Like, I didn't know, like, because we always could have done this, made like 5 minutes to come and drop off a gift and just say goodbye. Like that could have been a part of the plan. If we knew that we were going to do that. Anyway, so we eventually, so I did do that. I went home. We're not that far from our house, like 3 minutes driving, right?
Yeah.
So I go to our house, grab the present, come back, drop it off at the table, say hi to a couple of people, and then tell the kids like, all right, get out of the bouncy house. And so we felt bad, so we let them stay there for like a couple minutes, the kids, and like see their friend for his birthday and say like, oh, happy birthday, and then we had to dip because we're already going to be late to the Okinawan thing. So we finally go to the other birthday party, which was smaller. It was on the same street, but the opposite direction at like just a little park. So I don't know. And it was fine, but there were also like, and I don't know, Jeanette probably feels the same way about this, but like there were not that many kids at this other birthday party. Whereas like Bobby, the other kid's birthday party, the one that we just came from, there were a bunch of kids there.
Oh.
And so I kind of felt like that we can't like dip that fast. Like we can't just be like, here's your present, see you later. You know, we let Michelle kind of stay there longer than I think we intended, and because we were kind of late getting there. Also, Jeanette left her purse behind at the first party. So I dropped them off at the second party, went back to the first party, just walked in, grabbed the purse. It was like right in the front door. So I grabbed the purse and just walked out without saying anything to anyone because I was like, this is too awkward. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I went back to the second party, and it was pretty chill. The mom / Logan's teacher was so kind to him and like took care of him, and was like, it was just nice to see them interact in that way, just even outside of school. She was just so nice. And the girls had such a great time running around the place. At one point there was, I don't even know where it came from, but there was like a big giant rope, and the kids just like ran off into the park with it, and we're just carrying it around. I don't know. Kids are weird. But anyway, they had a good time there. And then we were, I don't know, an hour late? Almost an hour and a half late to the Okinawa New Year, rather than being like 15 to 30 minutes late, which is what we were planning. We were pretty late. And then when we got there were no chairs for us to sit. And we came in the wrong door. We came in the back door, apparently. Do I have a backdoor sound effect? Hey, me editing me in the future, and input a backdoor sound effect. Yes.
Put it in the back door.
Yeah. Put it in the back. Okay. We came in the back door, and we just, there was like a giant line for people going to eat. And so we were like, okay, well, the kids just had pizza, so we'll just sit down and we'll find somewhere. And then we couldn't find any chairs. And then like one of the people who was like there and like knew Jeanette because of her mom is a part of it. She helped us get chairs, but like she almost like accidentally took a chair. She was trying to take a chair from a table, and like a person was like, "Oh, that's my chair," and it was just so awkward. And I was just like, "Oh, please don't." And so we eventually got 2 chairs, and we just plopped them down over by her other family without having an actual seat at the table. And then the kids just sat in our laps because we only had 2 chairs. Yeah. And yeah, it was good. Logan was miserable. He had a Choose Your Own Adventure Minecraft book, and he read it the whole time, basically. So it was good. Yeah, good Saturday. All in all, pretty good Saturday right there. Stressful.
Very, very eventful.
Yeah,
it's
been a time. Yeah. How's your week been?
Oh man,
how many kids' birthdays did you accidentally arrive at?
None. Well, I think it would be weird for me to go to a kid's birthday party.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like Logan and Michelle are probably the only kids' birthday parties that I would even be invited to.
Yeah.
Or care to go to.
That's true. Maybe, well, make your brother have a kid,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They should do that. You don't want one,
they
so
probably will, right? It's not that I don't want kids, it's that I don't I like being selfish.
You like your life.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I like how things are right now, so well, I mean, at least,
not to mention the fact that
department.
Right. And you can't, get all the say in that. Michelle is constantly talking. We've talked about, I think previously, about how she wants to marry a girl who she said many times she wants to marry a girl because she doesn't want to have to give birth, but she wants a baby. But I've tried to tell her, hey, like if you want a baby, like you can get a baby. You don't have to birth it.
There's a store.
There's adoption. There's lots of ways to get a babe. You could just steal a baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's really funny. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway,
my week though, I say like on Thursday of last week, I had scheduled a meeting with somebody. I think I might have mentioned this. We use this program at work to like track our time schedule and stuff.
Right. Yeah, we talked about like all kinds of drama surrounding that because people needed podium hours or whatever, and people were getting pulled away from your section even though you had a class starting.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting how things are playing out right now. I have not sent off any emails requesting people yet. I'm just telling the guys when I need them,
Yeah.
But so this isn't about that. It's that so there's part of the program is like where you put in what a class schedule is. So I put in it's 25 days and then what happens on each of those days. Like I put in the topics for it. That was built long ago before I took over this role. The LPO before me had reported this problem to our like local TSS person, which is the name of the program. Because what happens is there is on day 6 of Tacto, there's a 3-hour block where we talk about the transport layer. Topic doesn't matter, but there's a 3-hour block where we talk about this topic on day 6, and that's where it's supposed to be. at the end of the day. So the last 3 hours of the day. But on the schedule, that's what it looks like. No problem. But when you actually schedule the class, it creates a duplicate of that 3 hour block on the following day before the rest of the topics start. So on day 7, for every single class, there is a 3 hour block that starts at 4 a.m.
That's weird.
So what we had been doing is we just don't assign somebody to that topic, right? Because it's not
happening.
It's yeah, like
it's not real,
fake. Right? Yeah, it does not exist. It's just showing up here for some reason, and nobody knows how to fix it. Because if you go and you look at like the thing that generates the schedule, it's not there. Like it's a ghost, you know?
Yeah.
And like I said, this had been previously reported long before I started doing this. And so I have been doing the same, like when I close out the classes, you know, I just leave that one blank and go on about. But what that does is it causes all of our classes to show up on the discrepancy report because it's expecting somebody to be assigned to those topic hours, but nobody's being assigned to them. Right. The previous TSS person knew that, you know, never emailed us about it.
Right.
Well, after we told him like 3 fucking times, but
right.
But he left and there's a new TSS person, and she sent me an email like a month ago, and she was like, hey, you know, all of the discrepancies that we have this month are from Ox and Tacto, so I need you to fix them. And I was like, all right, well, the Ox ones I told you about, and the Tacto ones, this is what's happening. Like we told the previous guy, but I'll explain everything to you, like what's happening. And I sent her a bunch of screenshots, and I'm like, so this is like a known fucking thing. You should have got this in your turnover. It's not a discrepancy because it's not a real fucking thing, right?
Right.
But I guess like she like reached out to the director of training, and was like, hey, like, what should we fucking do about this? And then he contacted like one of the TSS developers in Dahlgren and was like, hey, what the fuck's up with this? And that dude, and then they CC'd me on this email chain, and that dude was like,
nice.
Well, they should have contacted me sooner. And I'm like, not me.
No, not you.
Should have been the other guy, you know? But he's like, you know, book some time with me. He's just said this like ambiguously, so I wasn't really sure who was supposed to do it, but he's like, he's got like a link in his email signature that's like, you know, you can book time on his schedule or whatever. So,
right.
So anyway, on Thursday last week, I clicked it and I scheduled time for Monday so that like I could meet with him and, you know, hop into a Teams meeting and we could figure this shit out.
Sure.
But I was sick on Friday. Like, I don't know what happened, but I just woke up and I was like, I'm not feeling good. So I'm just going to tell the guys I'm not coming in. So, and then it just got worse over the weekend.
Yeah.
And, but then Monday came around and I was still sick and I was like, but I scheduled that meeting with the guy. And they changed like how we're able to access our email or like the like internal network from, you know, outside networks, where basically like I have to, they want us to like install a VPN kind of thing
right
on our computers in order to access our email from home now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. If you are going to make it more complicated for me to work from home, then I'm just not going to work from home.
Yeah. Fuck it. So no reason to do that.
But what that means is I have no way of canceling that meeting without going into the office. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go in, I'll cancel the meeting. And then also, Friday is the day that I like do all of my like closeouts and all that like admin shit, which I obviously didn't do because I didn't go in Friday.
You weren't there, right? Yeah.
And but the thing is, and I'm glad we're recording this, I didn't tell any of like my bosses that I didn't go in Friday. I just didn't go in.
Sure.
So, so they're expecting things to have been done that I did not do. So
sure. Okay.
So I came in, I came into the office. I didn't even put on my uniform. I came in, like some workout clothes and, went into the office, canceled the meeting and sent that dude an email, was just like, hey, I got to reschedule with you. Cause like, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to leave early today. And, he was like, yeah, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Get better. And then I just like did some very minor things, to make it look like I did the work that I was supposed to do Friday. And then I sent off an email saying that work was done, and then left, because I'm like, I'll just do it all later. Like I'll finish it when I'm actually back in the office. I'll actually do all that work, and then no one will know.
Right. Okay. And did that work out for you?
So then Tuesday,
the story continues. Okay.
So Tuesday, I was still not feeling 100%. So I called out again. I was like, nope, not coming in. And, at some point, oh, actually, no, I didn't even tell anyone that I wasn't coming in on Tuesday. I just didn't wake up or send any messages. And then at like 10 a.m., my chief is calling me, wakes me up. And, I actually sounded sick. Like, my voice was very clear that I was sick. And I answered the phone. And I was like, hello. Not only did he wake me up, so I sound like I just woke up, but I also sound like sick as fuck. And he's like, are you, at work today? And I'm like, no. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, are you SIQ? Which what he means by that is, has medical signed off on me not being at work? And I was like, I am sick.
Right.
And he's like, okay, well, can you send this message to the guys, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll take care of it. And he's like, cool. Thanks, man. Get better. And that's it. That was the conversation. So
sure. Yeah.
Cool. Good. Sent off the message, had them deal with whatever the fuck he was talking about. And then went about my day. I did go into the office Wednesday because I was like, okay, I'm feeling like I think I can handle this. So I went in Wednesday. But then on Wednesday, I was the only one in the office. Like everyone else either like called out for like, shit they had to take care of, or they were somewhere else on base. So it was just me in the office in terms of military staff. And James came in. He's one of our, civilian contractors.
Ah, okay.
And I had told him that I was going to assign him the secondary hours for the Cisco portion of the class, which is 5 days. But one of those days, there are no secondary hours, which was Wednesday. But he's not going to like adjust, like he's not going to go over to the A school to help them for 1 day out of this 5 day block.
That seems ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's just chilling in the office. He doesn't have anything to do. He's not scheduled for anything. So he came in, we were just like shooting the shit. And because we were shooting the shit and I don't want to like tell him to go away so that I can work, I do no work on Wednesday. I got nothing done because we just talked all day before I left. Granted, I also left early because I was like, okay, well, fuck this. I'll do the work tomorrow.
Okay. So procrastination for the win. Okay.
So I went home Thursday. Right. Going to work. And pretty much the exact same thing happened, except this time it was me and one of the other military instructors and our only woman in the office. who also, I want to say by nature of being a woman, but that's not necessarily true.
Okay.
Shares our, political ideas.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
It seems like that should be a thing in my opinion.
I know.
But for some reason it's not. I don't know why. But anyway, so, her and I are in there, and James comes in between going into the classroom to see like if they need help. And, we just recreate Wednesday, except now with Bolin. So all three of us are talking and,
right.
It's a good time. Again,
it's a great time. Work is not getting done.
Again,
okay.
I do no work. And I'm like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I normally do it on Friday anyway, so I'll just do double the work on Friday and it's all good.
Right.
So Friday comes around, and surprise once again, James comes in.
No, Tom, no.
And we start talking, but now one of the other guys is in the office, and he you got to cut this. Okay. You got to promise.
Okay.
You're gonna
all right.
cut this.
Okay. I will cut this. I will actually cut this. Yes.
A few moments later.
So again, I did nothing. I barely got anything done on Friday. I got like 30 minutes of work done on Friday, but I was like, it's no problem because I have watch this weekend.
Okay.
I had watch yesterday. So there was a nice 8-hour window where I would get to do some work. And I would be by myself.
And you definitely did all the work and you got fully caught up, right? Is that the end of that story?
But then,
oh no.
My watch was going to be the midnight to 8. And then one of our other guys calls me and he's like, "Hey man, I have the 8 to 16. I noticed you have the midnight to 8. Do you want to switch watches with me? Because here's the thing. I know that my kid's birthday is March 1st. And I also know that we have watch on Saturday. I did not know that those were the same days."
Yeah.
I was like,
fair enough.
Yeah, I gotcha. So I switched watches with him. But the thing is that the watch he had is the only watch that you stand with another person.
Oh.
So you might understand where this is going.
Yeah.
So I go to watch, and the guy that I'm standing with, like, we're not friends, but we've interacted, on a few occasions. So we're acquainted with each other and can shoot the shit. And so that's what we start to do for most of the watch. I do get some work done. I start doing some work, but then I run into another fucking problem with TSS. Mm-hmm. And it was not letting me perform a function that it should have been and normally would let me do. And so like I start troubleshooting it and I figure out like what is actually going wrong. And then so that I can submit a bug report to them, I take all these screenshots and then I type up like this fucking dissertation to everyone else. Like I emailed everyone else that uses TSS, kind of like explaining the problem that I just ran into and how I figured out like a workaround until it gets fixed, so that if they run into it, they don't have to fucking spend as much time as I just did figuring it out,
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent off that email and then I get back to doing work. But then the guy that I'm standing watch with, he like starts talking about something and I'm like, oh man, like he was telling me a story about like the time that the system failed him and like, somebody got away with something that was easily like provable that they did. Like he was like, I found a vape pen, like a THC vape pen in this kid's room. And so, called GLPD and had like, everything was done like in accordance with and everything. And when he was going up to mast to like be punished for it, they had submitted like a package basically being like, oh, he didn't know it was THC, and it got approved. And
what?
Yeah. And so like all the
bullshit,
the charges or whatever were dropped and everything. And so, he's telling me the story, like, is that not fucking insane? And I was like, I stopped what I was doing and I fucking turned my chair and looked at him and like, hey man, I'm not trying to be a one-upper, but boy, do I have you fucking beat. You want to hear this fucking shit,
Yeah.
So I told him the whole fucking Chat GPT story,
Right, yeah.
And then when I'm done fucking being heated about all that shit, I turn back to my computer and a fucking box has popped up on the screen that says, you've entered your PIN in too many times incorrectly. Your account is now locked. You have to go to fucking pass an ID and whatever to get the shit unlocked. Because only way that we can use our computers is with our common access card. Like our military ID is what allows us to use computers, right? We have to plug it in and put it in our password. And it was claiming that I had entered my password in too many times incorrectly, but I hadn't fucking touched the keyboard, that entire time.
Right.
So what does it mean? So I was like, okay, maybe it's a fucking glitch. So I pulled my card out of the computer, which logs me out, and then put it back in to see if like it would let me sign back in. I put in my PIN, and it goes, your account's locked. So
oh my god.
So I couldn't log back in.
Oh my god.
So for the next 3 hours of my watch, where I could have finished everything that I was supposed to do, I actually could not do any work.
Oh my god. So now you're like 2 weeks behind?
Yep.
You'll fix it on Monday. No one will know. You ever because here's what's gonna happen, right? Like you're gonna go in on Monday, you'll have it all figured out. Mm-hmm. You'll do all the work and you'll get caught up and nobody will know and you're not gonna get in trouble. And then you just be like, what the fuck even is my job? Because I feel like that's happened to me on like a day where I just I felt like I did almost nothing. And then everyone's like, Phil's just doing a bang up job. And I'm like, I feel like I'm in the Truman Show. Like people are fucking with me here. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything today.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm saying, I think hopefully you'll get it all done and nobody will notice,
Yeah. Well, I have to start my morning by going to the fucking office,
right.
The pass office and being like, hey, which is also, okay. So here's the thing. These computers are fucking with me because I have been in the Navy, almost 10 fucking years now. And I have never once locked my account by entering in my pen incorrectly, because guess what?
Right.
I know my fucking pen and I know how to use a keyboard. It's never happened, but it has happened 3 times in like the past 2 months here at this command.
Yeah.
It's not a new pen. It's the same one I've been using the whole time. So I'm pretty good at typing it in. So like, what the fuck is going on? And when I go into this office, I tell them that I'm like, hey, I did not lock my account, but it's saying it's locked. But, I'm just here to get it unlocked. Can we do that? And I feel like they think I'm lying, because because from a tech support background, people say shit like that all the time. They're like, I swear I restarted this computer. And you're like, no, you fucking didn't,
Yeah.
But
just admit you entered your PIN incorrectly.
Yeah,
okay.
Right?
Just admit it. Okay. Well, anyway, I hope everything works out. It's 11 o'clock. So we need to talk about Stray Kids.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Okay. So we're going to watch
my booze
Stray Kids
going to sleep.
Your booze. Okay. Good night, booze. The fan meet happened. there were several days, and then of course they did the Beyond Live one where not only was there people in attendance in Korea, but they streamed it. And we have acquired the ability to watch the version of it that was streamed. So we can watch that, but as we know, they're like 4 hours long, and there's a particular part of it that I had been interested in seeing the full cuts of and wanted to see and enjoy. And I mentioned this to you earlier, but you were like, I don't know what that means. For their last album, Skiz Hop, right? They all had their own individual songs. And for the fan meet, they swapped them around. And so different people are performing each other's songs and, kind of do their own performances of them. So I'm excited. Yeah, I hopefully. Before the Beyond Live streamed version of the fan meet, while Felix was leaving, the van that he was in a car accident, and they thought that he broke his arm. They rushed him to a hospital who did an x-ray really quick, and we're like, oh, it looks like your arm was broken, there's a fracture in there, blah blah blah. And then JYP immediately put out a statement being like, his arm's broken, he can't perform, blah blah blah, all this stuff. And then they were like, they sent him to another doctor, and then that doctor looked at x-rays. I don't know if he got another x-ray, but looked at x-rays and said, it looks like that was a childhood fracture that is healed. That is not a new fracture. He does not have a broken arm, but he has a pinched nerve in his arm, and it's going to be painful for a while. So he probably still should not perform. So, lame that we're not going to get to see him perform in this video, but we can probably find a cut of somebody who had done it from the previous one. And there's a lot of fun. There's still a lot of fun to be had because they were carrying around his little skazoo all around the place, and holding him up in The Lion King and stuff. So they still had fun with it. They made it fun, and that's okay. And he was recovering for a while in the hospital. I think he's okay now. Although technically, I don't know if JYP has sent out another nastygram saying hey, yo, Felix, here's a message from JYP about Felix. I hate those messages. I've been scarred since Hyunjin had to go on hiatus. So anytime there's here's a message from JYP Entertainment about anything, I'm just no, not again. No. Mm-hmm. But yeah, hopefully he'll be okay. And we still, tons of people recorded the previous performances. I'm sure that we can do that. So we're going to jump way into the fan meet because I want to see these. I was hoping, we'll just watch the first hour tonight. And I was hoping that we could do that. But I was helpfully hinted at earlier that that ain't happening. It's over. It's 2 hours into the fan meet that this happens. So we're just jumping way ahead to that moment where they start doing the swaps, and we kind of see how they perform each other's songs. So I'm pretty excited about it. Some of them are real good, real good.
How much content is that, would you say?
Well, it's 8 songs.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so not that much. I know we cut up for a while. We've already been recording for
I was gonna say perhaps what we could do is do that. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but watch all that and call it for the night. But this will not be the whole episode. We'll come back tomorrow and do some more shit. And
that's smart.
Slap 2 recordings together.
Very smart. Maybe we'll do that.
All right.
Sounds good. That sounds good to Jeanette too, because she's I want to go to bed. You got to work in the morning.
But we won't have so much to fucking talk about tomorrow.
That's true.
Because we're caught up. Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Caught up.
Although
enough.
maybe I'll talk about how I got no work done.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe that will be. We're gonna check in when we record tomorrow. We're gonna be like, is this what happened? What happened, Tom? Did you get the work done?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like your manager. All right, so we're gonna hit play, and it's just gonna start rolling through. I think first up is Ian Changbin. I'm not sure. One of them. I was skipping around to try and find these performances. So yeah. All right, let's hit play. Ian is adorable, and he fits the concept of youth so well. Did you hear that girl?
I don't know what
Changbin. She was saying Changbin's name.
Oh, okay, I hear it now. What is this little thing that he has?
He's got a little fake guitar, a little fake ukulele, little acoustic guitar. He's doing Sungmin's if you see that giant skazoo, that's the teddy bear version of the skazoos. We pre-ordered the Leebit version. There's the man Bangchan. God damn. He's performing Hyunjin's song. So good. There's something really nice about the way he says good with his accent. He's like good.
Yeah.
Oh, I do know who's up next. Can't believe your wife went to bed before this. Oh, hell yeah. Here we go. Lino performing Hallucination. This was the first clip I saw. He did so well. My life is
Is this meant to be irony?
What do you mean?
Well, because Hyunjin's song is "Life is so good," and he's singing "My life sucks."
Oh yeah, probably a little bit. Yeah, I feel like Felix has worn that half skirt before. Can't say for sure it's exactly the same one.
Hasn't he? He's had some interesting haircuts. Nothing bad, right? I think he looks good in fucking anything. Asshole.
Oh yeah, here we go. Look at Puppium on the screen. That was awesome. Get Felix from the earlier day. Another little guitar. Oh, what?
Ooh.
Whoa, what happened with the sound there? Did you notice that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It went from my entire head to from my left ear to my right.
Anyway, so those are the solo song swaps, Tom. What do you think of these? Was there any one of them that stood out to you that like that's the one, that's the best one, or what are you thinking?
Okay. Honestly, why can't we just get good audio from any of these fucking things? Like, why is that so hard to do?
I mean, this one was just somebody's phone.
No.
Beyond
but even
Live
the other
doesn't
one,
have
like,
any. Yeah.
Come on.
I think it was fine.
It was okay,
I thought the audio was okay. Yeah.
But
that's,
I mean, like this isn't the first time that kind of thing has happened, right? Like
it's quite literally the 5th fan meeting. So,
but I just mean in the history of whatever technical requirements would be, done to get good sound, like, it's like when admin in the Navy, like, struggles to PCS somebody. Like, it's the first time they've ever PCS somebody, but it happens every day and it's been happening every day for the past like 100 years. Like it's not a fucking new process. Why isn't it good? Make it good.
Make it good. Come on, Navy, get with it.
Audio technicians.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, right. I guess we're talking about audio technicians, not the Navy. Anyway,
I was just
I'm sure.
Analogy.
Right. It was analogous.
Yeah.
Analogous.
Analogous.
Okay. Anyway. Analogous. Anyway, so I thought it was pretty good. I mean, like, even though I know, like, you're right, like it's live audio recording, sounds not perfect. I still loved it. I mean, it's fun. They're just doing it for fun. I mean, that's the thing about it's not even a concert, right? The fan meet is them kind of goofing off a little bit. Obviously, they're performing music still, but they're goofing off a little bit, right? And so that's not. And I'm sure it sounded better in the actual arena if you were there. It certainly doesn't sound good through an iPhone microphone. Not amazing, or I don't know what phone that person had, but still, maybe a Samsung because they're in Korea. But all in all, I mean, I think performance-wise, shit, I'm torn because so many of them, like Felix's voice works for Hold My Hand so well. Like it matches up just so well that it's like, man, it really hits. And Ian's vibe worked, I think, for Youth. But I'm not sure it came through in the audio well enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
he was having fun. He was having fun. He was mugging. He was doing eggyo and loving for the audience. And so like it wasn't like he was like, I'm gonna stand here and then give a vocal performance. That's not what we can judge it off of. It's about engaging stay in the room. So
he is doing what who was it? The Boys were doing during Kingdom.
Right. Yeah. When there was no audience.
Yeah. I mean, like my whole criticism for them during Kingdom was like, hey, this is cool to do it like something like this, but like not in this format. Because I mean, like I don't give a fuck what their vocals said. They could lip sync for all I give a shit. That's not the point of this
and they do.
Type of performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bang Chan's is also really good. Mm-hmm. I know that he's like good, right? And he's awesome. And but we don't really see him do like a solo dance break that often. And so to see him go through and do it and still provide the fan service of just being like, here's my abs, everyone, check it out, I think worked well. I just think they all did pretty well. Sungmin's I think is funny. I don't want to get any hate for saying like I think he rapped well, but and there was a lot of parts, a lot of the ad libs were great, and in the actual recording, because the recordings are them singing, like it's their vocals, and I liked the ways that he changed the vocals on certain parts in Ultra to like make it like a higher pitch for parts of the song. But I had heard it, I had seen a few clips of it, of him like doing the raps and some of the things, and I'm like, oh well, that's probably just the recording on a phone. And then I heard it here and I'm like, it's still good. It's better than I heard it before, but like not my favorite performance. I loved it, but like I think they're not, none of them were bad, but I think that one goes sort of near the bottom to me. I don't know. So, Don't punch me. Please don't punch me. I still thought it was good, and he did amazing, and I know that he's, amazing, but I just think that there's something that Benny's like rasp and lower register adds to Ultra that really makes that song what it is. And when when Sungmin does it, it seems like he's taking the piss out of it, which he kind of is. You know, like,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I in this house we honor Ultra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so my favorite was Hallucination. Above all, Lino's. I had seen a clip of that on TikTok, and I was like, God damn, that was good. I can't wait to see the full thing. This is before the actual Beyond Live had come out, so I was most excited to watch that one, and it did not disappoint. His vocals are so good. His dances were amazing. Yeah, just all around pretty amazing. So happy with that.
Yeah.
Seems good. Yeah. And your favorite part, little guitars?
Yeah. Little guitars, little ukuleles or whatever the fuck they were supposed to be. Yeah. Adorable.
Yeah. Did you like Changbin's version of Sungmin's song?
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was standing at the top of those stairs, I was like, I wouldn't be able to sing. I would have to lip sync because I'd be so nervous looking down, feeling I was going to fall, that I wouldn't be able to hold it together. But he did a full rap.
I was thinking for different reasons. I was looking at those stairs going, I'm going to be out of breath by the time I get up there.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not worried about him running out of breath. I mean, he's in the gym. He should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll call it there for tonight, and then we'll return for part 2, and then we'll see how it goes.
Hell yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna hit stop then. I'm not gonna do an outro. There's no reason to do an outro.
Right, yeah. Right.
Go to makeastay.com. Okay, good enough.
Wakey.
Welcome back to I'll Make a Stay Out of You, the podcast where I, Phil, get to have part 2s with my friend Tom.
That's me.
Part 2, Tom. How you doing?
Did we need to play the intro then?
Well,
going on to the
listen, this I'm gonna keep the same rhythm.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe I won't even append the other episode. We'll just call it part 1, part 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, because part 1 was like 10 or 20 minutes. Like, it's not that long, Well,
it was like an hour of us talking and then 10 or 20 minutes at the end. Yes, You're correct. Yeah. And
anyway. Yeah.
real fans will like it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be shorter. If I erase gotta erase that one part.
That one part. Yeah.
The part. I don't remember what part.
It's I was being mean, and I don't like doing that.
Sure.
On a recording.
On a record, right? Yeah, on a recording. Yes, yeah. Oh man, there was a person. There is a person who Jeanette works with that was mean to her at work the other day for no reason, and I was like big mad about it. I was like, I was not being nice about it in my brain and out loud.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna dox this person because it would inadvertently dox us in the process. But let's just say, what a bitch. Fuck them indeed. Yeah. So, but she was fine today. She didn't apologize for yelling at Jeanette. She probably should have. Jeanette didn't do anything wrong, by the way. She just was mad about other things, and she yelled at her. So that's what adults do, apparently. Yeah. Not cool. Anyway, this is a Stray Kids podcast. Last week we watched the solo swap stages. Say that 5 times fast.
Swap stages. Solo swap.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we watched those, which was great. But now we're gonna rewind and go back to the beginning of the fan meet, and we're just gonna watch like the first little bit, see what it's all about, see what's going on there, what's fun, what's happening, what's happening, what's happening. But there is one piece of news that you're gonna need to know about. Okay, Stray Kids had announced.
Oh yeah, no, I saw the email.
Did you Dominate? You saw the email for Dominate?
Yeah.
So when they first announced it, everyone was like, oh my God, we're getting a digital single. And we thought, oh, are we going to have a song called Dominate? And then they put out a track list today. Do you know what the title track is?
No, I did not see that.
It is Giant in Korean.
Okay.
But the B-sides are new songs. There's four new unit songs, one of which, let me tell you, is Bangchan and Hyunjin.
Oh, shit.
Remember what happened last time they teamed up? We got red lights.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean they're going to do it again.
Right.
But Bangchan has done Railway. Connected is also a sexy song. Like, and I have not seen the descriptions of these songs. I'm just inferring based off of people who's involved. You know, like Bangchan seems to have an aesthetic for sexy songs. He even took the solo swap and made it sexy. Remember when he lifted his shirt up like that?
He did. He did.
So,
do that.
yeah. So anyway, that's not today. That's going to be Friday. We
That's
will
neither
get
here
there.
nor there.
It is there
Oh,
technically.
true.
Yeah, but it's not here.
It's not here.
So it's not here. No. Here today, gone tomorrow, as they say.
Yeah. Born to shit.
Yeah.
Forced to wipe.
Wasn't that the guild motto?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, because you were shitters, right? Isn't that? Yeah. Okay. All right. Just making sure I understood the whole reference. World of Warcraft. Hashtag just World of Warcraft things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I mentioned this last time. I've talked to you about it, but I had bought Suikoden, which if you had asked me 2 years ago, hey, like, what's your favorite RPG series? I would have said Suikoden. It has been for like my whole childhood and my whole life. Like, I like Final Fantasy, I like Dragon Quest, I like all these other series, but Suikoden was always like my game. It was the game that I played, and it like resonated with me. But recently I've been playing the Trail series. You know, I'm on my, hold on, let me count real quick, 8th game in that series out of 12 that have been in release so far. And I love it. It's so good because it's everything that Final Fantasy isn't, right? Because like Final Fantasy is like, hey, what if we made a million games, but every game was its own world, its own story? And this one, Trails, is like, hey, what if we made 12 games, but every game was connected and characters from other games showed up, and it was all one timeline. So like people would reference things that happened in previous games and stuff. Like, it'd be great. And I love it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So that has knocked Suikoden, I think, out of the top spot down to number 2. But Andy, as you know, has been playing Suikoden, and he was playing it like 2 days last week. And after he finished streaming, I was just like, oh, I'm going to go play Suikoden. And then I played it all weekend.
Nice.
And I surpassed him in the story. I am still past him in the story, even though he's played for another 2 days. So,
well, he's got to do his voices and gamble.
Right. He reads everything. He gambles, loses all of his money, and I gamble. And then when I lose my money, I save scum. But he has like this
Integrity.
like integrity about his streaming where he's just like, I'm not gonna save scum. It's not gonna happen. And I'm like, that dude is a cheating asshole. You need to save scum, but it's, it's his choice. So yeah, I took all that guy's money.
He did save scum one time that I know of, and that was when Scratch died.
Right. Yes, that's correct. He definitely. Well, it wasn't. He didn't save scum. You see, what happened was Luna, his golden retriever, just grabbed onto the power cable of his computer and just ripped it out. It was a freak accident, and so he had to load.
Right.
He had to load the game from a previous save, and it's just
how tragic.
Nothing you could do about it. And people thought that maybe that would happen again as he lost 300,000 potch, which is the money in Suikoden. But no, he did not. So holding tight to that integrity. But anyway, I'm loving it, and it's pretty great. I mean, it holds up. The remasters for 1 and 2 are out, and it's real good. I'm enjoying it. It's full of nostalgia for me, so of course I'm gonna like it. But it's really fun. So
did that other game ever come out? Yeah,
that other game, Eiyuden Chronicle.
Eiyuden Chronicles,
yeah, it came out. I played it. Yeah, it's also good. I think. Like when it came out, there were people who reviewers and stuff who played it and were like, I don't know, like the storyline's like pretty like basic, and it's like very much like the power of friendship type of stories and whatnot. But I'm like, hey, this is a review written by somebody who didn't play Suikoden. Like
right.
You're describing the story of Suikoden. Like it's like a pretty basic adventure that like grows over time to become not just about like the core group of people that you have, but then becomes about this like larger force that you've been building over the course of the game. Cause you can, recruit like in Suikoden 108 characters into your army. You're literally building an army and having army battles and stuff. So like, that's like what the game is. Like it starts small, it's a small story, and then it expands as you go, but it's like a classic kind of storyline. It's nothing complicated in Suikoden 1, and there's not really anything too complicated in Eiyuden Chronicle either. It's like pretty straightforward, but it's fun. Like, so whatever. My issue with Eiyuden Chronicle is I kickstarted it. I spent a shitload of money on my Kickstarter for it to get I paid for the tier that was supposed to get me vinyl soundtracks, and the supposed to in that statement is because I have yet to receive that. And for the last like 4 updates that they've given, the game has released, and the DLC is releasing like this weekend, and they still haven't delivered all their physical rewards.
Oof.
So that's a problem. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I don't want to be the person that is like harping on them in the comments being like, yo, where's my vinyl, bitch? Like, what the fuck? Like, I paid for the shit ages ago. And it's like to the point where I played the game. I didn't beat it yet, but I played it for a while. I enjoyed my time with it. I'll probably go back to it at some point. But the game's out. I'm not thinking about it every day. Like, It doesn't... I'm not. It's not in my brain all the time, and so when I see like something come up on the subreddit or whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, did they ever say anything about me getting that shit? Like, because I don't want to miss an email and not like pay for my shipping, so I just never get my vinyl. Like, send me my fucking vinyl anyway. So I don't feel passionate about it or anything, but give me my fucking vinyl. Rabbit and Bear Studios. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. Don't make me come to Japan and kick down your doors, okay? I'll do it.
Yeah, you will.
I will.
Do it.
Yeah. That'll make him do it faster, let me tell you. Nothing quite like that to make him do it. Anyway. So, yeah, it's been a good time. Having fun. And we're about to go on vacation. I mentioned that earlier, but I don't think we were recording then. Were we?
I don't know, man. I can't keep track of time these days.
Time is hard. It's all good now.
So
that's not the right one. There we go.
I mentioned I didn't go to work today, and I kept like, okay, so I planned on going to work, just not on time. And so like I was like, okay, I'll go in, like I'll set my alarm for like 8, and then I'll go in, I'll get in by like 9 or something. But then of course 8 rolls around and I'm like, nah. And then 9 rolls around and I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm just not gonna go. So I turned off my alarms and fell back asleep. And then I woke up a few times, but finally I was like, God, it's gotta be late. Like we definitely have to get up. And I look at my phone and it was like 2 p.m. I was like,
oh my God.
I told Anna that I was like, hey, we should really get up. She's like, why? And I'm like, it's past 2. And she's like, oh my God, are you serious? Like she shot up.
Wow.
I'm like, yeah.
That is that's crazy. I've been trying not to like nap as much at home because I just want to do more stuff instead of just being asleep, even though I'm tired all the time.
Yeah, no, I feel you there.
But this morning I was like, I don't want to get sick. But Michelle's been sick and I've been staying home with her. And so I was like, I had a little bit of a headache creeping on. I'm like, I'm just going to pop an Excedrin. I'll just, Michelle was still sleeping and Jeanette had just left with Logan. And so I said to myself, okay, I'm going to hop into bed. I'll try and snooze for like 30 minutes and then I can get up. Like, this will be fine. And I got, my documentary on, as I do, got all comfy and cozy, drank some water, started to close my eyes, and then boom, like literally like the door like shoots open and it's Michelle and she's like, hey Papa. And I was like, oh no, why are you awake? You're sick. You're having a sick day. Why are you awake? I didn't wake you up. I was very quiet. And she's like, I heard the garage open.
Oh no.
And so I was like, okay. And see, here's my other problem, right? Is that I ran out of Pepsis. I've been drinking Pepsi as my caffeine intake recently. But I ran out, and I usually get them from Target because Target will have like a deal where you can buy 3 12-packs for $5 each, so like $15 for 3. Which is not like an amazing deal, but it's a deal because they're So I'll normally buy those, but our local Target has not been carrying them for whatever reason. They've just been out, and so I haven't been able to order them, and so I've just not been drinking caffeine for the last couple days, which sucks. I resorted to having tea today. I did have some tea. I mean, luckily Jeanette went to HEB and got Pepsis for me there, so I can have one now. But I don't know. I'm all fucked up because I haven't had the go juice, that I need to keep me going. Tea's fine. Tea's fine, and I like it. And I drink Yorkshire tea because it's a proper brew, and I love England, I guess. And it's good. It's good. I'll drink that. It's full caffeine. I'll do it. But here's my problem. I got up, went to the kitchen, turned on the kettle. I filled up the kettle, turned on the kettle. It's an electric kettle.
Yep.
Went back to my room, started working and watching Andy at the same time. And then like 15 minutes later, Michelle asked me for something. So I got up and walked out into the living room. And then I was just like, hey, I forgot about making tea. And so I went over, turned the kettle back on, went back to work, was working, watching Andy. 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
30 minutes later, Michelle came in, asked me for something else, and I'm like, okay, yeah. And I go out there, and as soon as I go out to the kitchen, I'm like,
damn it.
No. So I turned the kettle back on, got out a cup, and put a tea bag in it, thinking this is the time.
Yeah.
Wow, we've got it. All right. I have a tea bag in a cup ready to pour. went back to work, watching Andy and working at the same time. 10 minutes later, I got up. I figured it's the water's warm enough. I'm just gonna pour it in, and then set a timer to actually get the tea bag out. So, and then I had my tea. So yeah, it's cool. It was not a struggle. I'm okay.
Yeah,
I'm okay. I mean, if I was Felix, I would say my life is so unfair.
Yeah, true.
When Belle left my tea unmade, it's Belle's fault.
It's good.
Yeah. Tea is good, and I don't want to get sick, so I would love to chug a honey and make sure that I don't get all fucked up, but by this flu. I mean, luckily, if I started to show symptoms, I mean, knowing me, here's what would happen, because like Michelle's doctor basically told Jeanette, like, hey, if anybody else in the house like starts to show symptoms, just like send us a message. We'll get you Tamiflu. So great. But here's what I expect is that if I do catch the flu from her, I'm going to be like, I just have a headache, and ignore it.
Right.
And then like 2 days will go by, and then suddenly I'll have a fever, and I'll be like, oh no, I didn't catch it in time, because you have to do it within 48 hours of your symptoms beginning. Otherwise Tamiflu won't be effective. So I fully expect that if I catch it, I'm going to not realize it in time and then not be able to take the Tamiflu. So we'll see. Jeanette's one that has to cuddle with her when they're going to bed, or it doesn't have to, but they do. So maybe she'll get it. And
it's kind of a requirement.
It is. And like all last night when they were like cuddling, Michelle was like, I love you, Mama, because you're the best Mama, and Papa's the best Papa, and Logan's the best brother, and we're the best family. And she just wouldn't stop. Yeah, she says stuff like that all the time.
Does she know that's disrespectful to other families? My goodness.
I don't think she gives a fuck about other families. She played Minecraft like all day today, because I just, the rules go out the window on a sick day, especially if I'm working. I'm like, well, look, you got to do something and I have to work. So just have as much screen time as you can take, pour it all in your eyes. And so she was playing Minecraft on her computer and just like building stuff and having a good time. So yeah, it was nice. Anyway. Yeah. What have you been up to? What are you doing?
Well, the new season of WoW came out. So we've been doing that. Last night was pretty good. It's we're in week 2 now. And on Saturday we've killed the final boss of normal, and then we went into heroic, and we only killed 2 bosses. We made decent progress on the 3rd boss on Saturday, but we didn't kill it, which honestly like kind of surprised me, because I feel like I'd have to go back and look, but I feel like we in season 1, like we flew through that raid.
Yeah.
And so for this one to give us a little bit of resistance that early on, I was like, oh, what's the deal here? But last night we did our full, we re-cleared normal and then went back into heroic, and we killed the 3rd boss. Like we got up to and killed the 3rd boss, like right as raid ended, like right as our time ended, so we do 3 hours on Tuesdays. So like right around 10 is when we killed it. And I don't know why, but in my head, I had thought we killed it on Saturday. And so I was like, oh, sweet. Like that means like this Saturday, we're just like, it's full progression, like we've caught up to where we were. But then there's like a bot that I have in our Discord that like sends messages to update our progress. And it popped up the message saying that like we finally defeated that boss. And I was like, wait, that was our first kill? And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, oh shit. I did not celebrate in any way.
You did not have the appropriate level of excitement because you were like, yeah, well, we did this already.
Right. Yeah. So like in front of the entire guild, their guild leader is just like, yeah, cool, whatever. Like after we just made an accomplishment. But
damn.
Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, this raid's cool. It's very goblin. I mean, it's the whole thing is goblin theme. I don't know if you looked at it.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it at all. I'm not following it.
Yeah.
In any way.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
I haven't been playing Final Fantasy 14. My sub is live, so I don't know what that says about me. But my only like online game that I'm playing right now is Monster Hunter,
right?
Because I love it. I mean, it's an incredible game, and I'm in high rank right now, which means like the main story is over. But there's also a high rank story, so like it's not like the game ends when the credits roll. It's Monster Hunter has always been weird that way, but. It's super fun. I main Hunting Horn. What did you play back when we played on the 3DS? You remember when we were all playing together on? Oh, the longsword.
The longsword.
Yeah. That makes sense. Anime. That's what Endy's main weapon is.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why I picked it. Probably because it's cool. Like how you you have to like level it up as you play it.
Right.
Like I don't know. You got to do the combos to get it to its full power.
Right.
I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a cool weapon. I like that. I like the game in general. Monster Hunter 4U, like I liked that game. It's one of my favorites, but like the Wilds is a lot more. I would say maybe wildly more accessible for players. Either returning or it's a little bit more action focused, and in low rank it's pretty forgiving. Like if you get totally annihilated by something, you can call in like a little bird thing to come and grab you and just walk you around while you heal, so you don't even have to like get yourself up and then heal. And like I don't know if you remember in Monster Hunter 4U, after you drank a potion and healed, your character would flex, and so you would be stuck in an animation for a little bit, which gave the monster opportunity to like fuck you up. So you really had to time it correctly or move to a different area. But now it's just kind of like it's a little bit trivial to just heal up when you're in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, I don't hate that. That sounds nice. Like you said.
No, it's good. I think it's a good change. I think I understand the game played slower on the 3DS, which makes sense. I feel like it kind of needs to. You're not on a high powered system. Right. Every little area you had to load to go to instead of them all being connected. Like they are now. But it's fun. I mean, I'm having a good time. I main Hunting Horn, and I hit these monsters in the face with my saxophone until they get knocked out, and it feels really good to like smack something in the face and then have it like roll on the ground and be like, oh no. So yeah, it's been good. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we got this fan meeting, so we should give it a watch, see what that's all about. I'm sure there'll be some silliness, especially at the beginning. Maybe they'll. I don't even know at this point if they have the same MC. You remember that MC that they had previously who was pretty good? Yeah, they might. I haven't watched this, so we're gonna find out. We'll find out together, and we'll do that. But I'm gonna go grab a little drinky poo before we do, because I'm very thirsty.
Recently, Anna and I were talking about like maybe after this season, like not. Or even during the season, like cutting back a little bit,
oh yeah,
and potentially, making our way over to Final Fantasy.
No fucking way! Are you serious?
And Anna was like, "I'm sure Phil would like that," and I was like, "Well, he's playing Monster Hunter right now, so."
No, listen, I'd play Final Fantasy. In fact, let me tell you. There's an update that's coming soon. I don't know when. I don't remember the exact dates. There's an update coming soon. I mean, you'll have to make your way through the entire story and get caught up, but there's an update that is they do these things in their expansions where they will have like a new play area that has its own leveling system and story. And I don't even remember what it's fucking called anymore. But it's like alternate advancement. Like, so you would go in there as your character as normal, and then you unlock like other classes from like Final Fantasy's history, and you can adopt those classes and play as them in this special zone. And it's usually a lot more like, well, at least in the past, I don't know what this one's going to look like, but in the past, it was like much more classic MMO. Like you go out into a zone, you fight enemies at your like current level, and then level up. And every once in a while, there are these event quests, and you can like team up with other people to do them. It's super fun. The old ones are still fun, and people still do them, but the new one will be fun too. And I don't even remember what it's called. XIV and Phantom Jobs. That's what they're called. Phantom Jobs. Anyway, so they have like a lot of cool stuff coming up soon. I finished the story. I think the story through Endwalker is incredible. It's like maybe one of the best RPG stories of all time. The story in the current expansion was pretty good. I mean, like it was fine, but it's like I think it's hard to follow up like the crescendo of like a 15-year epic storyline and then being like, anyway, so over here stuff happens and it has nothing to do with all the stuff that you've learned. And so like people are critical of it. I still think it's like a passable MMO story. I mean, probably better than most of the WoW stories that I've done. So yeah. I know that's not saying much because they don't care as much about it, but anyway.
I think one of the other problems that that WoW has is that while they are original characters, Blizzard doesn't really make anything original. Like they take ideas that are successful and then make it the Blizzard variety, which in the past was great because they would take like a concept that was done with like mediocre and make it awesome. But like these days, like everyone's doing good shit, so like you can't get away with that.
Right. Yeah, makes sense. All right, let's start this thing.
Let's do
it. Or else we'll never get to it.
A few moments later.
And that's an hour. I think we're gonna call watching it there.
Yeah, it was a good hour though.
So this is a good hour. It's a good hour. What'd you think? What'd you think of what we saw so far, Tom?
I think.
Give us your thoughts.
I think the music side of things like would have been fucking awesome to be there. Like in person.
Hell yeah.
That just looks like a good building or whatever facility.
Yeah. Venue
to do
that's the term.
That's the term.
It looks awesome. They performed well. Bangchan and Changbin performed a song that's unreleased.
Yeah.
Called My People.
It needs to be released.
Yeah, it needs to be released. I want to listen to it. It's very good. What'd you think of the storyline and would we call that the VCR? Is that the VCR? The video recording that they did?
I think
pretty good.
I think they put on a really good show. Here,
Yeah, there's a subreddit that I used to frequent. Well, I subscribe to it. I don't, I don't actively participate in anything because I don't want to be perceived. But but there's like a subreddit for like posting like screenshots of people making comments where they compare everything to a pop culture reference. And it's called it started off as mostly just Harry Potter references, but it is branched out now to like Marvel references and Star Wars as well. But it's like some like political post or whatever in the politics subreddit or whatever, and they're like, this is just like when the Death Eaters showed up.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that'll get posted there as like cringe, like, and the subreddit is read another book. So like, so when I'm seeing this and it's like, okay, so stray kids are fairies and time has stopped, and so they need help from another time, so they call in themselves from another universe, and it's them from the fourth fan meet from Skiz Magic School show up to like fight the thing. And I'm like, damn, they spent a lot of fucking money on this. Like they spent a lot of money to make this for me to be able to sit back and go, well, that's pretty cringe. I mean, like in a good way. Like it's not bad necessarily, but like, damn, like, but yeah, it's very clear there. Look, I haven't even watched all of the Marvel movies at this point. Like I'm way behind.
Same.
I think the last one we saw. What was the last one we saw? Was it a Spider-Man one? I guess technically Deadpool, yes, but I don't really count that in the main, MCU.
I haven't even watched the new Deadpool, to be honest.
You haven't watched the new Deadpool?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You could have heard that literally 1 second of Slash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like one bass drop from Slash. It's like, and then it goes on. I think the last one we saw was one of the Spider-Mans, but it was not. It was Far From Home, I think. Yeah, Far From Home. The one where they were on a European vacation. So if that tells you, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'm fully out of the. I know that there's like multiverse stuff, and I really want to watch the return of Daredevil. It looks good. I've seen some ads and stuff, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to watch that. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been watching other stuff. I started watching Yellow Jackets. You recommended that to us like a long time ago.
Yellow Jackets is so good.
So we're in the first season, and we just started it kind of on a whim, just because we were like, I don't know what to watch, and so we just put it on. Yellow Jackets is great. It's so good. So highly recommend it. But yeah, just broaden your horizons a little bit. Read another book, watch another show. You know what I mean? But other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I'm enjoying it. The other criticism, none of them are serious criticisms. This one maybe. JJ's not back. I'm disappointed. They didn't have the same MC. They just had like a voice off screen. And I was like, that's like ingrained as me as part of a fan meet, is that JJ is there to do the MCing. So it's fine without it, but it feels less fun. I don't want to say less fun, but like, like she brought like a certain something out to like where it wasn't like it didn't feel like the members were so in control of everything. Right. There was a little bit of extra chaos because we had this extra person orchestrating the things, being like, now do that, show us a sexy concept,
dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I want. That's what fan meets are for. Yeah. So yeah, we're 1 hour down. We've got 3 hours left. A chunk of that we watched the solo swaps and stuff, and I'm sure that there are plenty of other just performances of their songs, followed by I don't know, like an hour of Grow Up, if memory serves. Probably not playing Grow Up anymore, but when we watched that concert, yeah. Oh, I want an hour of Grow Up. That's what I need.
Oh,
okay.
Do you?
No. Nothing makes me not want to listen to Grow Up like listening to Grow Up for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me want to grow up and stop listening to Grow Up. I don't know.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, I know.
I think as far as like the storyline or whatever goes, I think it would be a lot cooler if they would just finally fucking actually do like a Stray Kids show, like make a Stray Kids anime
give them
Sure.
reasons to have abilities, and tie that in, like make that part of the story that there's an actual show about, instead of,
Didn't BTS do like didn't they have like a cartoon of their little characters? I feel like I don't know. I could be making things up here, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
I would not know that if that were a thing.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that there may be a precedent for there being, an actual show. I don't know. I mean, like, it'd be cool, but maybe, I would accept just, how about we get someone to make a Stray Kids webtoon? I'd read the fuck out of it. I would actually read webtoon again, know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just the porn ones.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The joke was right there. I just felt like I had to go for it. Anyway, yeah.
I definitely don't do that.
I know I don't. Yeah, I mean, I literally don't read.
I don't. I can't think. Oh, I was recommended one, not a porn one, but a webtoon recently.
Yeah, good. What was it?
Shadow Slave. It sounds fucking dope.
Sounds like a porn one. Shadow Slave.
Shadow Slave. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah, a guy from work was talking about it, and I was like, wow, that sounds cool. And I read the first chapter of it, and yeah, it's starting off pretty cool. But yeah, it's about like dreams, and dreams give you power, and then the monsters from the dreams start invading real life, and I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, what we're trying to say is Stray Kids should get, because like I think in general, right? Like if you want to get an animation made, I mean, Stray Kids is popular enough. We could probably just, lean on them and do it. But like, you start somewhere. You start by establishing a base of like a storyline. So like an actual fiction storyline set in their universe. They can like consult on it of like what their ideas are, and then somebody else can like write it and draw it and stuff. And then there's a base to move from there to an actual animation,
right,
or live action. They have to learn to act sometime.
Yeah.
When we already saw some of their skills when they did their little mini movie that they did, short film, you might call it.
Yeah. So, they can act and they can sing and they can dance, and they just have to combine those things together.
They are the whole package
in an episodic adventure.
Yeah. That's what I want. I want Stray Kid. Here's what I want. All right. Stray Kids in a like British style whodunit mystery show, like British police procedural, not dramatic, kind of leaning on comedy. You know what I mean? Like Midsummer Murders.
I don't know. Midsummer Murders.
You don't know Midsummer Murders? Okay, well,
like,
how about Brokenwood Mysteries?
How about Hot Fuzz?
That's not British, but Hot Fuzz isn't like that's not really like a police procedural. I mean, it's
not
a police.
It's a movie though, and
it is a movie.
It's a comedy about cops investigating stuff.
It is. That's true, and it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, or maybe we could go for more shoppy renditions of their music, and we'll just stick with that for a while.
Yeah.
You know that? Shoppy pee.
It just make, like, I don't know. They have storylines. Like, they've already come up with storylines.
They have storylines. Are they cohesive? Do they make any sense? To some people, they do.
Look, if there's one thing I know that bad writers can do, and it is to combine storylines that never were supposed to go together and make them go together.
That's true. I've seen Lost.
That just look at World of Warcraft, the world's most popular MMO.
It's 20 years old, and it's got the most. I mean, look at Shadowlands, man. Like,
Yeah, I don't.
it was the jailer all along. Okay,
I don't think I want them to follow the path of Blizzard, but
I'm just
yeah, I
saying
know what you
it
mean.
can be done.
It can be done. Not well.
Should it be done? Maybe not.
Yeah,
But it can it?
yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, can it. And if you want to can it, you should go to makeastay.com. You like that?
Yeah.
All right. Then we'll go with it. And we'll see you next time.
For part 3.
Skiz time. Part 3?
Or part 2. Depending on if
next time we're going to listen to those new songs. We're probably not going to do this. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.